Good morning. It's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, here with your cryptocurrency discussion. 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little late today. We did have a medical emergency of sorts. Em, my next door neighbour, who you've seen a few times on my clips, she came rushing up and said a big panic, a text, "Hey dog, good raid again yesterday." Oh yeah, no, you're never here. Thanks for the like, bro. So my next door neighbour came rushing up, thinking she'd been stung by a bee, and that's the reason we're late on the show today, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to post on Steemit, as I always do, well, usually remember to, and we're going to go through a few things today. I actually had a 2-hour interview with the CEO of, a 2-hour discussion with the CEO of NoLimitCoin yesterday, so I can bring you some information from the CEO himself from that discussion. It was a really interesting discussion, actually. So we'll get into that. I'm just going to post on Steemit. Oh my goodness, look at that thumbnail. I've really got to look at the pictures before I take them. I'm just going to push stop there. I'm getting quicker at this. Bear with me. See? Good preparation this time. Alright, cool. Oh, 3 of you in the house already. Good to see you all. Okay, so what I'll do is just quickly run through the market. We did have a big retracement overnight, which has given some opportunities. Look, it could be just sort of bouncing back before taking that downward path. That's certainly a possibility. You do need to keep that in mind when it does start to recover. It might not necessarily be the overall recovery. It might be a temporary swing trading recovery or day trading recovery. What's up, Pete? I'm tired, man. Working too hard. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty positive with this market. I actually thought it would retrace a lot heavier. Last time I checked it was on a bit of a recovery. Let's have a look now. I'm just refreshing on coinmarketcap.com, which I do like to use. No affiliation with them. I just find it a reliable website, good source. So let's have a look what we got here. My internet is running slow, probably because there's so many people in the house at the moment. Anyway, 166. I wasn't here yesterday, but when I watched the stream, saw you didn't. Yeah, A-Dog did a raid again. It's so clever though, because it's fun. That's a fun way of spamming. A-Dog's got his little crew, little Groms and Callie just coming in and bombarding a crypto talk. That's pretty funny. I've got to give him credit. So the market's sitting at 166.3 billion, just under 166.4 actually, with the 24-hour trade volumes actually up. See, I like that, even though the market's in decline. 8.5 billion. For 24-hour trade volume and a BTC dominance of 46.1%. So, yeah, it's a good little recovery in the last hour or so. Bitcoin's come back 0.63% in the last hour after taking a retracement. We were looking at pushing that $5,000 mark. It may have even hit there. As I said, I'm not a stickler for going back and checking exactly what happened. I spot check it, and that's the best way for me to get an idea of sentiment. Just works for me. So, we're sitting at $4,633 a coin on Bitcoin. I did see a retrace, I think, into the 4,500s. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I said I wasn't going to buy until I hit $3,000 again. I could be really wrong with that one. Or we could see a decent retracement. Look, one I'd like to bring your attention to at the moment is Ethereum. Ethereum's at $351.92. So it has retraced where it was pushing 400. I think we called it. Hey, Agent Smith, welcome back to the conversation. We're just going through the charts. Through the market to start with, and then we're going to get on to NoLimitCoin, because I had an interview with the CEO yesterday. It's actually on YouTube if you want to watch it, but it is a 2.5-hour crypto discussion mainly based around NoLimitCoin. So it was an intense one. But yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Interesting people he's working with. I'll get onto that later. But Ethereum is at $351.92. The reason I find this interesting is because we've heard this. Yeah, cheers, Agent Smith. It's on the news. What's his name? I'm going to look him up. He's one of my subscribed now. Sorry. I just have to get out of this chat to do it. The news unit. The news unit came on yesterday's crypto chat and invited me on the show afterwards, and I really didn't know what it was for, other than to discuss PIVX and NoLimitCoin. So I went over there and had a chat, and turns out he had the CEO of NoLimitCoin ready to talk to me. So that was a good experience. I got to speak to Raphael, the CEO of NoLimitCoin, and understand a bit more about his coin and his marketing plan going forward. So I can tell you all a bit more about that in a second. Let me just get back so I don't miss any live chat. Live chat. That thumbnail is ridiculous. I got a good thumbnail for the Ethereum formula though. Someone, one of my new crew did a thumbnail up for me. It looked pretty good. So going to run with like a professional thumbnail for the first time on one of my videos. Oh no, actually really did a really professional one as well. So this will be the second one. This one should be cool. But anyway, getting back to Ethereum, there is a rumor floating around that on the 5th of this month we're going to get basically free OMG shares. Pete, have I got that right? If we've got Ethereum held in a MyEther wallet, I think that's the go. That's the rumor. Pete was having a look into that earlier. We were having a bit of a chat about it, but Pete, just when you get a chance, mate, if you could just confirm that on the chat. I think it's on the 5th. So I'm looking at putting in some Ether because the other reason is I'm looking at investing pre-ICO in Event Chain. The Event Chain ICO is really, really interesting to me. Yes, OMG, I think that's right. Get Pete to confirm that. He's been the person in our investment group that's really been looking into that bit of news. So when you get a chance, mate, just can you confirm for us that the rumour is that we're going to get, if you had Ethereum at block height 39900, I put the block number on Discord. All right, cool. We've got a Discord group, Agent Smith. Since you're a regular, you're welcome to join us over there. I'll get the link up in a second. That's set up by another regular, Zhao, and Pete's been a big input over there. We've got a few regulars over there. And the idea is we're creating a little investment group. We all bring information to the table, but we all make our own decisions on buys and sells. It's worked pretty well so far, so it's certainly in its trial stages, but yeah, the ride the crypto wave. Yeah, cool, Agent Smith. I'll put the link up in a second. Just remind me to do that if I do forget. But Ride the Crypto Wave is our Discord group. It's based on obviously surfing. But yeah, the guys there contributing have got some really good knowledge. So it just gives you a chance to get a bit more of a view on a lot of coins without the need to spend so much time researching yourself. You do chip in a little bit, as I did 2 hours yesterday speaking to the CEO of NoLimitCoin. That was my contribution to our group yesterday. So I've done some really thorough research. I've been invited to join actually the Slack group and offer my assistance over there. I'm definitely going to go and have a chat over there. Apparently the network was flooded at the block height and the amount of OMG that will be received will be small. Maybe one OMG for 20 Ether. Okay, Pete. Yeah, cool, man. So it's not a huge... if you look at 20 Ether at the moment, you're looking at $7,000. And one OMG is $10.80. So no, not worth it for me. Not enough freebies. So I won't be stacking into Ether for that reason. But what I might do is buy some Ether anyway, because I'm looking at investing pre-ICO with Ashton. We've been both really busy, so we haven't been in contact a lot lately. But Ashton contacted me, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, or it might have even been early this morning. The days are sort of running together at the moment. But Ashton contacted me and just asked how it's going, gave me a little tip on one. I haven't had a look at it yet, so I won't tell you which one it is. But yeah, I like the idea he's got over there at Event Chain, so I'm going to have a look at that. But yeah, and that is the reason I might look into Ethereum, because a lot of these ICOs do get... you sort of get a fixed coin rate per Ethereum, especially if they're based on the Ethereum platform. So if you've got Ethereum at a low price, you can purchase it and quickly get the same amount of, like if you do it quickly, so you buy the Ethereum and then make the commitment to the ICO, you're obviously getting more coins per dollar. So that's something I'm looking to do with Ethereum. I can't figure out whether it's still retracing yet. I haven't had a look at the charts. And as usual, I'm not going to rush into it anyway. It's a nice retracement. 8.92% is nice. That's what you look for, those nice retracements if you believe in the project. Or you've got a reason to be buying the coin. And for me, I have got a reason, because I'd like to invest in an ICO using that coin. So there you go. That's Ethereum. Just having a look down the charts, it's something we like to keep an eye on. Litecoin's doing well, but it has taken, a 10% retracement. I was having a chat with Pete before we got on our Discord group before I got on today, and I showed him my... and for anyone on our Discord group, I like to be quite visible, so I've put some screenshots up of my buy and sell books. My buy and sell orders, I beg your pardon. That way, it's just my opinion, but you can see what's been successful for me. And I was letting Pete in a little tip of mine with the LTC trades, which I've been talking about for a while over at Cryptopia. Now, I'll just share that all with you. I managed to pick up on Cryptopia, a good what I feel like was a good LTC trade. So I made my last buy order. I picked up 25.5884 for blah 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 at 0.3908012 PIVX as Litecoin as the price. Now I did the maths on that this morning with Pete. We just you just take the price of PIVX, divide it by the price of Litecoin, and that's your trade price. And I bought at 3.9, and we did the price this morning, and it was for the trade price should have been 0.043. So as I said to Pete, I made 10% there straight away just by having it set. And I showed him earlier ones where I'd sold because people. I don't feel great about this, but if it doesn't go to me, it's going to go to the next person. My order yesterday, we'll have a look at that, Pete. So I was showing him back on the 15th of the 8th, so a while ago now. I actually managed sells at 0.063999999 and 0.058974. So if you've got those set on the LTC trades as well, most people concentrate on BTC trades. Posted this stream in Discord that I'm in. Hopefully someone will join us. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Agent Smith. Always welcoming new people to the discussion for sure. So let's get back to the chat. I was just letting you in on a little tip of mine there. That's going to, unfortunately, I'm holding second place on both the buy and the sell book at the moment. So there's a big spread though. I don't want to give away all my trading tips, but that's a good one. You get over there, you get the LTC trades, and you just do the calculations. You take the coin price that you're trying to buy, you divide that by Litecoin. Simple as that on a calculator. And you'll get the correct market price at the valuations at that time. And honestly, the number of times you set it 15-20% below that on the LTC trades, and you just hit it because people aren't doing the calculations correctly. All the same with the sells. I showed Pete's, I don't know if I showed you Pete, but I sold something like triple price on LTC sell books. I don't care what currency it is, I'll take triple the current market value because then I'll just go trade the LTC to BTC and buy it back off the BTC trade book. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so getting on to other coins other than just trading strategy, because I only do a small amount of day trading in my overall strategy. Let's have a look down the market some we've had a look at recently. Neo's a really, really interesting one, right? Neo's super interesting. I thought it could retrace as far as $25. I had Geordie Tondelier not listening to me at all. By the way, Geordie, sorry I didn't make it out last night. I was supposed to go out with Jordan and meet some of his friends, and I am sorry about that, man. I fell asleep. I've been working too hard. 60% in no. Yeah, okay, good. Agent Smith. Look, like I said to Jordan's first big venture into the crypto economy was this week. He's a friend of mine. He's very, very good with computers. He's just learning really about the crypto economy. He's very excited by its potential. He understands computers, so he understands the potential of blockchain. And he bought Neo at, I think, 33. So he's suffering, not a major loss at the moment, sitting almost at the 32 figure. So I actually thought he bought a little high. I grabbed some, just a very fractional amount at about the $32 mark. Red Pulse will give you a good pump, eh? Yeah, look, I got some news on that, Pete. I think you've heard it actually, but we'll release that news in a second. So based on these, Pete's made a good segue there. So Neo, I think, Agent Smith, what I was getting back to, only about a couple of weeks in so far. Yeah, I remember speaking to you before, Agent Smith, so please feel free to join in these discussions. We try to dull it down and make it really basic for the people getting in. So I'm only 4 months in myself, but I research like a dog. So I've caught up to some people who have perhaps been in the space longer than me. Anyway, Neo's, I thought, might retrace as far as 25 and then explode again. Because I think it's promising. I think it's got a lot of promise. And on the back of that, let's talk about the Red Pulse ICO, which we did have a look into. I don't know any other way, 99 slacker. Welcome back, by the way. Yeah, dumbing it down, it's the only way I know how to present it. In any case, the Red Pulse ICO, which we had a look at recently, is based on basically getting better curated financial information out of China. Now, there was a lot of discussion that the Chinese government were blocking investment in that, I think it was probably knee-jerk reaction to Neo saying, look, you can't get involved and buy up the Red Pulse ICO, we're not going to let you. That's the rumour. I hadn't actually confirmed that. We've been discussing this a little bit. It is hard to validate a lot of the rumours coming out given the language barrier that I experience. I don't speak either of the main dialects in use in China. So that can be an issue for me. But anyway, the rumour was that the Chinese government were going to get involved and block a lot of investment money coming out of the CNY, which is a major source of investment in the crypto economy. So that was potentially bad news for not only Red Pulse, but Neo as well, considering they're going to obviously have more and more ICOs released on that platform going forward. At least that's the plan. So I got a little bit shy on Red Pulse until I found another rumour. And this is the interesting part, is that this is scare tactics. This is the rumour. I'm not having a go at the Chinese government. The rumour is that it was scare tactics to drive down prices, allowing for obviously cheaper buying. And that, unfortunately, is a rumour that goes around fairly regularly about investing in Chinese shares, the share market. Yeah, so Agent Smith's heard that one as well. So it's a bit of a funny space at the moment. We're getting rumours going both ways. So we've got to keep an eye on that as a team and see when we can bring actual facts to the table rather than talking rumours. In any case, the interesting thing about Neo was it's resistant through the dip. Now, I've talked about this before. We've had a market correction, an overall market correction. So for me, nothing to panic about. If you like the coins you're invested in, hold. If you've sold out some at high, great, wait. You might get them back cheaper. Awesome. Or you've already bought them back cheaper. As is the case with me and PIVX. I hit, you guys know the buy orders I said, because I said it yesterday. So I've hit one of them, and I've got 4 left lower down that I'm sort of kind of hoping for a dip. Pick up some more coins, right? So we'll see what happens there, but my point is that Neo's been resistant through a dip, and that's impressive. That's always a sign of strength in my opinion. So, for the Neo fans, I've done alright on Neo. I called it at $1.30. I got people out at 10 on Statement before it crashed to $4.80. I called it buy at 6, so I got it a bit wrong. But then it went up to stupid amounts. And I said overbought. And now it's gone down again. And I might have picked this one wrong because it does look like it's had some real strength there from the $30 psychological support. I could be wrong. It could take a retracement. You need to make your own decisions on this one. And, well, on all of them actually. I was waiting for $25. I'm now looking maybe at $27.50 because $25 might not be realistic. We'll see what happens. I mean, the market's taking its first retracement since, really in a month. Little over. That's a good, long, sustained run up. We've got to expect it to come back at some stage. So please don't panic. That's my personal opinion. If you want to sell out of everything right now and believe that cryptocurrency is going down the drain, your call. I'll buy your shares probably, depending on what you're holding. Anyway, I've got some buy orders set after obviously taking some good sells on that run up, as you should do. A small amount of day trading. It doesn't hurt when you learn how to do it. The trick is, even if you don't know how to read charts, never set your sell orders lower than what you've bought it at. That way you're always accumulating more coins. Okay, so if you're buying and selling back in between BTC or LTC and any other altcoin, and you're just constantly buying and selling higher and lower, buying low and selling high, when it does this, you're actually happy because you're hitting all these buys and sells and accumulating more coins and getting ready for the eventual pump. This is what I call the sustained pump. Pete and I were talking about this theory this morning. So I've just been accumulating more coins. I don't necessarily quickly relate it back to the US dollar value. I'm tempted to when I have a big run up because it's fun. Yeah, exactly, Pete. It balances it out, man. Like, it only takes literally, half an hour in the morning, half an hour at lunch, and half an hour at night to go and review your trades, see what's hit, and then reset the ones that have. And that way you're constantly accumulating more coins. And what's going to happen eventually, if you've picked the right coin, you're going to miss a buy, and you're going to have sold out of some coins that you're never going to get back. But if you've done the process enough times, you've accumulated enough, and then you've got BTC that you've held because you've missed the buy when it's come on its sustained pump, And that doesn't matter. You find another coin to invest in, or you wait for it to dip back down, or you play it however you want. But I've been shifting money around the economy and doing quite well on it just by picking up extra coins. So Neo, I like the fact that it's strengthened through the dip. It can certainly retrace. There's a lot of stuff going on in China with crypto at the moment. So make your own decisions. But if you're a Neo fan, might be time to pull that trigger. Up to you, please. Sitting at $31.93, just to let you know. That's last time I refreshed. I'll keep it all relative for this first rollover. Let's have a look at LISC. LISC has taken a 3.97% retracement. That's not significant compared to the rest of the coins in the economy. Yeah, I agree, Agent Smith. The market's already starting to come back. Will it be sustained or will it be a temporary before going on that retracement pattern that we do see from time to time? You'll get this good mind. I don't have any bad news coming out about the crypto economy in whole, so I haven't heard anything. Like, really bad. Yeah, China's playing games. The US is being a bit of a pain in the butt. But there's ways around that, and the smart investors know that. And I'm not trying to encourage circumventing the law in your country. That's a no-no. Do whatever you want. No, it's a no-no. So, in Australia, we're perfectly legally allowed to invest in crypto. And virtually any ICO or any project that we want. It's our money. At least our government respects that. Look, I give our government a hard time, but we do have a lot of freedoms in Australia. And we do well economically, so they're not completely stuffing it up, comparatively, I guess. Anyway, LISC is at $7.01. Will it find support at the $7 psychological support? I can't remember whether I've got any buy orders set, so I don't know whether to say I hope so or I hope not. Either way, I got some LISC, as you guys all know. I've had a good run up on that. Pretty much no matter what happens with LISC from here, I'm in profit. Or at least breaking even, I can't remember. So when you get a coin run up like that and you can take 20-30% off the table, you can't lose, really. If you do the maths on it, you've made your money back. So that's what I do. Stratus is an interesting one. It's actually retraced a bit. It's back down 9%, down to 653. It did go on a run where I actually finally got into profit after buying it on a massive high, stupidly, when it was a few months ago. But I just didn't look for that retracement. I researched it, I really liked it, and I just kind of bought everything off the buy book, off the sell book, sorry. Stupid. So I had to wait a while to get in profit. I did, now it's dipped again. So I'm just going to keep riding that one out, see what happens there. Steam's one that's taken a big retracement, and I like it. 333 million for this company is not enough. It's $1.39 per coin. So we're looking at almost a 13% retracement in 24 hours. Now that is the sort of retracement I look for when I'm deciding what to set my buys on for the day. So I'll shift it around the economy and I'll set my buys and sells. I'll see what's hit, and then any profit gets redirected the next day into what I see for the best buy for the day. So if I was shopping around today, I would say Steam is quite a nice buy. Now it can certainly retrace. We've seen it go below $1 before. So it can. And so you have to make your own decisions. But at $1.39, I see it as good long-term shopping. I think that'll be at least a $1 billion company, surely. At least we're 3xing from there. That's my personal opinion. You make your own decisions, please. Alright, I think we've got to have a quick look at PIVX, which is at $3.40. Significant retracement again, 11.19%. One of my buy orders has hit, so obviously happy to have accumulated a bit more coin. Do you take suggestions for technical analysis? I've been interested in something too, but I'm too... Yeah, of course, Agent Smith. Come over to... I'll put that Discord... we've got an hour of crypto discussion, so let me put that up towards the end, and we'll put that Discord link up. You're welcome to come over and join us and ask your questions. We're not going to just isolate this group to people who are, really, really doing great research like Pete and... Oh, thanks, Pete. Like Pete and Zhao and Slice Keeper and a lot of the good contributors. We've actually got a new guy over, Raj. Raj is pretty cool. He's from I met him over at PIVX, and he's done some work already for PIVX, so I invited him into the Discord group for our investment group. You're welcome to join us, Agent Smith, of course. It's not just for experts, mate. Everyone's opinion is valid. We just don't... Our main rules are we don't want people coming in who are just going to plug one coin. Goodness, I work for PIVX and I'm not about that. So we don't want that. We're trying to get a diverse portfolio going that we can all sort of do well together, hopefully, on a few of them. And our other rule is you'd make your own decisions. So we all bring collaborative research to the table, which cuts down our workload. And even newbies are allowed to do a little bit of research and give us their opinions on that research, because there's a lot of newbies getting into this space, right? So getting the point of view of a newbie is a good thing. So please, Agent Smith, when Pete grabs that link, please come and join us. So we'd love to hear from you. But PIVX is down 11.19%. Again, we had such a big run up that might not be the might not be the end of the retracement. I'm kind of hoping for a little bit more, because I got those buy orders set that I talked about yesterday. They're still sitting there. I haven't changed them today. I think there's a chance that we will take a retracement and then I can get some more. If we don't, the ones I've bought, good. I'm making money. So I like to set a win-win situation where if it goes up high, I've got high buy sell orders set. If it goes down low, I've got low buy. Jackpot sort of stuff. That's where I like to set my orders. Either way, I feel good about it then. I feel like I've bought it cheap, even if it goes down a bit further, or I've sold it well. Even if it goes up a bit higher, I should be able to buy it back a bit cheaper, because that's way too big a run up. So that's the way I like to play the mental game on day trading. Call it day trading, but often I don't hit a trade for 3 days. But when I do, good one. As I showed Pete this morning on the Litecoin PIVX trade. So, yeah, our investment group, we welcome all opinions. We just don't want one coin. I'll do it then, Pete. It must be some restriction I have on my YouTube thing. I got to get more help, like actually in my house, to show me this stuff. So that's fine. Geordie's been out partying in Surfers Paradise last night. Surfers Paradise is like the Vegas of the Gold Coast. It's just the party capital of Australia. It's a crazy place. And he goes, "Oh, Fish, you got to come out. You got to come out. I got all these people, interested in crypto. They want to meet you. Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Geordie, I'll do it, man. For sure. I'll come out. I'm 35 years old. I shouldn't be running around in Surfers Paradise anymore. But sure, I'll come out and meet some of your 19-year-old friends and have a beer or two." And I fell asleep. I feel really bad because I promised him and I just missed it. Perils of being a bit older. Sorry, Geordie. I'm sure you're probably still asleep after a big night last night. But in any case, anyone's welcome over at the group. We just don't want to discuss one coin. We want to discuss a lot of options that can give us all a chance of getting a good portfolio together. Oh, have you got it there, Pete? Oh, I'll get it, man. You see what he's done there, Smith? Agent Smith, he's just put the dot. So yeah, we invite discussions about all coins. We just don't want one coin. Yeah, it does suck getting old. So I feel like I cheated a bit by keeping in the surf. I feel physically really good. It's just that I've been working really hard, and the hours I used to be able to pull in my mid-20s, I'm struggling to keep up with, I've got to admit. So, and I need my surf, and I'm just working too much and not surfing enough. So hopefully by getting a bigger team together, I'll be able to lay off the work a little bit myself and get back in the surf, because I've got some big comps coming up at the end of this year too. I've got to get training for them. Anyway, so about the discussion group, please come over. Please keep we don't like personal attacks. There's nothing positive about that. We like disagreeing and having a valid debate, but leave the personal stuff out of it. Bring your research. And that's pretty much the rules of our group. And you make your own decisions. So not everyone in the group invests all in the same in the same coin. We're not a pump group. We're an investment discussion group. There's a big difference. So just because we talk about a coin doesn't mean we're all going to stack into it. Or just because 2 of us like it doesn't mean 10 of us are going to like it. That's how we roll. And anyone's welcome to join. But we don't want to be responsible for each other's good or bad decisions. That's the decision you've made yourself. We're just using the power of collaboration to increase our chances of finding good coins. Because everyone's chipping in research. It's only a small group at the moment, but we're doing pretty good. So yeah, let's get on to the interview I had yesterday, because I like to look at a new coin. We never had a look at NoLimitCoin. NoLimitCoin is currently sitting at 39, just under 40 cents a coin. It has taken a 13.5% retracement in the last 24 hours, and it's up 22% for the 7-day period though. So if you like it, it's got double figure retracements in 24 hours. That's sort of what I look for. Double figure retracements. It's trading already. Pete. It's up there. NLC too. You have a look. It's number 70 on coinmarketcap.com. So I had about a 2.5 hour discussion with Raphael, the CEO of this coin, yesterday. I was invited. I actually didn't seek him out. I got sought out to discuss his coin and discuss PIVX, and I jumped on that opportunity. Just because it was... You don't pass up opportunities to do market research like that on any coin. So I jumped on that opportunity and I had a 2.5 hour discussion about crypto and mainly about NoLimitCoin and what value proposition it's providing to the crypto economy. And it was an interesting discussion. Great interview. Get over and check it out. I'm saying that because I was heavily featured. Joking. But it is a good interview. It's on the News Unit's channel. He sort of pulled it all together. He invited me to come over and have a chat. And thank you again to Dave, who is the News Unit, for doing that. Yeah, direct contact is the way to go, Agent Smith. You can do it in this economy. Can I contact the CEO of Facebook? Well, Mark, I've been trying. You haven't got back to me yet, mate. I'm joking around. But you know what I mean? These guys are contactable. I mean, this is an $80 million valued company, or it is very much startup stuff. But $80 million of VC, yeah. You saw the show. Okay, cool. Thanks, 99 Slacker. Yeah, I'm glad you sat through that marathon, man. My voice was a bit sore by the end of it. I'd just done an hour discussion on my channel, and then I went over and did 2.5 hours on someone else's channel. So it's a long day talking crypto. But NoLimitCoin's valued at $80 million in terms of the amount of, let's call it, venture capital that's raised. Not only that, I spoke to the CEO directly. That's pretty cool. And just to let you know, a couple of the people he's got on board already. And if I do intend on accepting an offer to go and work with Raphael, and I am very tempted, and I'll get onto that more later. But Joe Theismann and Johnny Chan have already signed on with NoLimitCoin. Big names. So they're going for a fantasy sports platform. That's their niche in the crypto economy. That's their value addition that they're bringing to the economy. So it was an interesting discussion. Of course, I had my own successes in sport, so it was an interesting discussion for me. But those are big names, and that's a smart marketing strategy. Joe Theismann, way cool. I reckon they were sniffing, but man, do it. You could get the first bodyboarding fantasy comp going in the world. I'll get onto that. Yeah, there's a lot of money in it, Agent Smith. I'm not foolish. I realise how much money there is in it. My potential objection, because I'm still somewhat... Do people bet on surfing? Yeah, absolutely. They do. So Australians will bet on anything. 2 flies crawling up a wall. Which one's going to fly off first? Australians are useless. We'll bet on anything. So yeah, we bet on surfing. That our betting gambling sites in Australia, you can bet on Mick Fanning to take out Kelly Slater, or Parko to beat John Florence, or whatever you like. Okay, I picked all the Aussies to win. Sorry about that. They're local boys. What am I going to do? I'm going to give them support. Better throw a shout out to Steph Gilmore too, because she's local around here. So you could take Steph Gilmore to... I better not. Okay, Steph Gilmore to take on any of the great. Well, let's make it a local one. Let's make it what's her first name? Anyway, yes, you can bet on that. My point is, so it's interesting. But as you guys know, I'm not a gambler. I don't like to promote it, and that's my moral objection with NoLimitCoin at this point in time. It doesn't mean I think it's a bad investment for those people who are into gaming and gambling and fantasy teams. I have actually built a fantasy team once before. I did it years ago in rugby, funnily enough, rugby union. But it was a free thing. I was just doing it for fun. There was never any money on it, so it was a bit of fun. Pick some players and watch them in the games. I was really into my rugby union back in those days, so... Yeah, but NoLimitCoin's interesting. You got Joe Theismann coming on board. I mean, I even knew Joe Theismann. I'm not American. I don't watch a lot of American football. You love gambling. I haven't been in months, though. That's probably a good thing, Agent Smith, unless you're very talented in a particular thing. Look, I've got a mate, sucker for the NBA, Pete. Cool. Well, you'll be happy to know that NoLimitCoin are looking down all those directions, mate. They've actually signed the MMA. I spoke to Raphael yesterday. They're going to do fantasy mixed martial arts. So it is pretty cool for the people who are into it. It's not my thing. So, it's not that it's not my thing. It's just that I had personal issues with gambling. And if this is any way related to something that people can lose money in and potentially get addicted to and lose a lot of money, then the offers that I'm considering there are probably going to be more profitable to me than my work with PIVX, but I've got to think of my morals. Yeah, they've got MMA, Pete. That's what I said, man. They've got, what have they got? I can't remember the exact sports. These are my notes from yesterday's interview on the back of one. Recycling. A letter that was sent to me, but I took notes all over the place. So there's stuff I can tell you about, but the interview's available on YouTube, so I'm not going to go back and talk about it all now. So for those of you, because we do like to talk investment as well, and it's not up for me to judge. If you're into gambling and you're into fantasy sports and you find it a great way of building community and it's affordable for you and you keep within budget and it's not a problem, then this might be something you're interested in because, yeah, cool. It's a long interview, Pete. You got to give up 2.5 hours of your time, man. I don't know if you want to do that. Maybe wait till you've got a plane flight or something really boring happening. Sorry, I'm not dissing Raphael or Dave. I found it interesting as well. I'm just saying it's a marathon. So, yeah, it's up to you whether you get involved and watch that one. Everything in moderation. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. Yeah, that's it. But Agent Smith, I did have a past with gambling where I didn't gamble in moderation. And it put a lot of strain on relationships and things like that. So for me, it's just a moral objection. And that's my personal moral objection. I don't judge anyone who wants to get involved in it. Joe Theismann, wow. And Johnny Chan, I used to play poker. I worshipped the guy at one stage. I actually said live on the interview, this is how well I knew who he was before I was even talking to the CEO of the company. The guy's already been signed with him. And I said, Johnny Chan, I said, I don't want to be quoted on this, but didn't he win the 87 World Series of Poker? I called it the World Championships, but I meant the World Series of Poker. And I went and looked it up on Wikipedia this morning, and 87 and 88. So I have got a good memory for numbers. And I did obviously know who Johnny Chan was. I think he was on Rounders as well, that movie with Matt Damon and Edward Norton. That was one of my favourite movies. I used to play with a partner. We used to go to, similar to what the Rounders guys do, I guess, we used to go to a poker house just over the border here and play strategically, let's say. And we'd clean up. And we'd watch the movie, because I lived at the sort of central Gold Coast at those times, up around Surfers Paradise. And we'd watch the movie. Yeah, great movie. Awesome movie. I love the movie still. We'd watch the movie on a portable DVD player on the way down. Well, one would drive, obviously. The other person would watch it to get pumped up for our night at the poker tables. So it was kind of our inspirational movie, and I watched a lot of it. So when I heard I had the opportunity to potentially be working alongside Johnny Chan, obviously that's very, very difficult for me to pass down. He's a hero of mine, and for that guy, it's not gambling. He knows what he's doing. So for him, it's fine. And my moral objection is not to anyone who actually gets involved with that, because that's everyone's personal decision. Same way as I'm a vegetarian, I don't care. I'll cook meat for you. Come over, I'll have a barbecue. It's just I'm not going to eat it. That's how I like to live. Live and let live, Let people make their own choices in life. So, getting back from my philosophical rant to NoLimitCoin, I do see it as a reasonable investment going forward. I'm a little confused on some of the numbers that Raf was dropping on me. I'm going to have to crunch them a bit harder. I haven't had time. Obviously, this only happened yesterday, but for those of you interested, it has a 200 million circulating supply with an inflation rate of about 4%. The inflation rate does vary dependent on the number of coins that are actually staking. So it won't actually vary your returns. It just varies the overall economy's inflation, I guess. So that's an interesting take on it. He seemed to have really good planning on it, because the inflationary measures are out for 385 years from memory. So that's pretty good. Planned 400 years ahead. We can take that. What else was interesting about this stuff? There's plenty of good info he gave me. What have we got? Yeah, think it was MMA. What were we talking about? Yeah, he expects to have 1 to 2 million years in the first year. Sorry, 1 to 2 million years. 1 to 2 million members in the first year. No limit is proof of stake, yeah, Pete. So you can stake it and you get that 4% inflationary rate goes to the stakeholders, right? So that's why the extra coins are created. So by staking, you'll get about a 4% return on your coins, which is pretty solid. It's better than bank interest. And as we've already discussed, if you're getting dividends, you reinvest them, you get dividends on your dividends. They're compounding daily on these things instead of whatever the banks do to rip us off further. So, yeah, 4% is bloody solid, Pete. So you're a smart investor. We don't need to do 10x's overnight. We need to beat bank interest. We need to beat CPI. We need to beat inflation, basically, because if we're doing that, our relative wealth is increasing. How often do I get a staking bonus? Pete, can I be honest with you? My wallet's down again. My PIVX wallet's down again. I busted it up. I don't even know what I've done. It's supposed to be really, really easy to fix, but I keep putting my time into actually doing this sort of thing and to doing interviews instead of worrying about my own investment and getting it staking. But the good thing for me is with PIVX, I've got to confirm this, but I believe our reward system works slightly differently in that we have a fixed inflation rate. And so if people aren't staking, you're increasing your percentages. So by me not staking, I'm giving it to someone else. So that's okay. Yeah, so, thanks, Pete. Yeah, I try to... I'm what I refer to as a Nashian, because I am a little bit crazy. And John Nash went crazy. He liked his maths. I'm nowhere near as good as him, but I like it. And I try to live by the sort of economic principle that he came up for a better economic design that we still don't use to this day for some reason. We still use Smith's competitive economics model. And for those of you who watched The Beautiful Mind, starring my old mate Russell Crowe, how are you, Rusty? Haven't seen you in a while, mate. Give us a call. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not mates with Russell Crowe. Anyway, anyone who saw that movie, the point kind of gets lost in the lights of Hollywood, if you like. The point of the movie was that he had a better way, for economics at least, but I also believe in a better way to live life. So my kind of rules that I often break myself is I ask the question, you got to put yourself first. If you're not capable of helping others, you can't help others, right? So is it good for me? And is it good for the group? And is it good for society? So they're the three questions I ask myself. I can still be competitive. Absolutely. That's not a problem. But in the decisions I make, is it good for me? Is it good for the group? My personal groups, my families, my friends, my investment groups, my business partners, my colleagues. I ask these questions, and I'm not always perfect, but that's what I'm trying to do. So I call myself a Nashian, because I do tend to go crazy from time to time from overworking. And I believe there's a better way forward than just constantly competing with each other and clawing over each other for positions of wealth and power. That's my personal opinion, and sorry for another philosophical rant. Can you say the economic models again, please, bro? Yeah, so it's there's John Nash's model. He actually got a Nobel Prize for it. He basically said Smith's, was it Smith or who had competitive economics as it's a model that was written hundreds of years ago, or 100 and something years ago, and we still use it to this day. It's it basically states that in a competitive economic environment, every person is best if they just do what's best for themselves. Because by competing with each other, we're going to bring forward, by forcing that competition with each other, it's going to move society forward as a whole, even if we break a few eggs in the process, basically. And Nash came along some years later, I think it was 70 years later or something like that, and said, no, it's good. The maths fits. Adam Smith, thank you, yes. I thought it was Adam Smith, yeah. So 99 slackers onto it there. Nash came along some years later, basically ditched all his classes and said, that's just going to get me thinking the same as everyone else, so I'm going to ditch that and I'm just going to do my own sort of thinking. And yeah, he came up with basically an overlay or an addition. He said it's not wrong. The maths fits, but it's incomplete. It can be done better. And so he built the maths that shows that in a competitive economic environment, it is actually beneficial if we do what's best for ourselves and the group. And that's a very dull explanation of, a very lay explanation of, I guess, what he received his Nobel Prize for. Now, we acknowledged that his maths was correct and gave him a Nobel Prize for it, but because the poor bugger went crazy, we haven't adopted that model in our society. We just keep doing what's best for ourselves, both in economic terms and just in life in general, in my opinion. I've seen it, so there's at least some of it out there, the scrapping for power and money. And that's not that good. So, yes, okay, now I'm starting to remember some stuff from uni. Yeah, you got to, I don't know, where you pick up your lessons and, yeah. It's an interesting debate. It's an interesting philosophical debate. But the point is the maths actually supports Nash's way forward over Adams. And we still haven't adopted it. Years and years and years later. Why? That's my question. So, yeah. I'm going to get off that philosophical rant now. NoLimitCoin was a really interesting discussion, and I'd like to thank Dave and Raphael because regardless of whether I'm interested in investing or not, it was really great to be able to speak to Raphael. I think my personal opinions of Raphael is he's a great guy. He seems to have a good strategy going forward. He really seems to have, I mean, come on. Joe Theismann and Johnny Chan, they made me look like I'm virtually a nobody anyway. I've got a bit of following from South America from surfing over there in the World Championships, and a few of the local boys know me. But I'm not a super sports star. I'm well aware of that. These guys are massive. Yeah, I'm going to have a look more into the economics of NoLimitCoin because I actually promised Raphael that I'll do him a NoLimitCoin formula to actually predict some price points based on some information he gave me. Because that does help people to make their own assumptions and they can make their own price points for NoLimitCoin or build their own formula with different assumptions and different bases. So I just like to do it to get people thinking. I'm not claiming to be a maths genius. Yeah, so I promised to do that for Raphael. He also asked me to, actually I think it was Dave. Dave asked me how much I would charge to do a NLC2 rap. I can't believe I'm actually getting recognition as a crypto rapper now. Anyway, that was a funny one. So I said I'd probably just do it for fun, even if I'm not going to be affiliated with NLC2 coin. I don't really want to drive people to it though if they're going to lose money. I'm so conflicted on this one. I like Raphael, I do. He's a good guy and he seemed to have a really good plan going forward marketing wise. The tech supporting his coin is not really any different or any better or worse than the other crypto version 2s out there. It's just the niche that he's trying to use to launch his currency, I guess. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think if he doesn't do it, someone's going to do it. That's kind of my... No, I'm not in the UK, AJS 1287. I'm in Australia. So, Australia. We often say Australia. That's how we speak in Australia. We don't open our mouths. We mumble. I actually used to do speech lessons in Sri Lanka as part of my training for the call centre that I set up over there because it was servicing an Australian company. And we used to watch videos on understanding. Because the thing is, the guys in Sri Lanka can speak fine. Australians can understand them. But they're sitting there going, I thought you spoke English in Australia. And well, we do. We just butcher it. we don't pronounce any. Anyway, getting back to this video, there's a lot of funny stories on it, like why we have this accent in Australia. And there were all these theories that there were so many flies in Australia that we have to keep our mouths closed and talk like this or we're going to swallow flies. There was another one that the sun's so bright over here that we're always squinting, which gets us talking like this. All funny theories came out about where the accent developed, but it was actually from the children of the first European settlers to this country. They decided they were born in Australia. They didn't necessarily want to be known as European people. So can I twerk? That is a super interesting question. What you mean, look, I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't always wear pants when I'm doing these. Like, I'm not no pants, but I'm wearing my Australian boxers at the moment. So, because you can't see the bottom half, right? So, don't always don't always wear pants. So I'm certainly not going to twerk for you in boxers, but thank you for that request. Wow, it never ceases to amaze me what gets brought up on a crypto chat. I forgot where I was going with that. That's completely thrown me, that question. Well done. Well done to that viewer. I hadn't seen your name pop up before, so great work. Classic. Can you twerk? That was Zeiss808. Just crazy. You guys are funny though. It's good fun hanging. We often don't get to the job of actually discussing too much crypto, but it is fun. Anyway, we've got our Discord group to discuss that, and we have had a look at NoLimitCoin today. What have we got? 10 minutes left. All right. Anyone want to discuss anything in particular at the moment? I'm going to open up the floor for the last 10 minutes. My overall assessment of NoLimitCoin at this stage is way too early for me to make a decision. Not if you bring up Trump, yeah. No, don't get me started, Pete. I'm going to be banned from the US if I keep ranting about Trump. I don't want that. I don't know if he can build a wall high enough to stop the plane coming in, though, can he? Because that's how I'm going to have to get there. So, EH buy now or not? Are you talking about ETH, like Ether, Normie? Normie91, thank you for the question. Just confirming which coin you're talking about there. Yep, gotcha, mate. Gotcha, Ether, no worries. That's an interesting question. We did cover that at the start of the chat. Let's go back and have a look at the chart now for one of our newbies and see if we can get an answer for that one. I'm going to have a look at both the coin market cap price, normies. I don't even know what you're talking about, Pete. You're probably dropping funny stuff again. Just going to have a look. Oh, yeah, sorry, do normies. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I thought you were talking about a coin. Yeah, I got normies. Hang on. Normie's the name of our viewer asking a question. So we've had 8.82% retracement in the last 24 hours. Whenever you're looking to get into a coin that you like, you look for those retracements. Now that's nice. That's getting towards 10%. That's nice double figures. Obviously Ethereum being the coin mainly associated with Vitalik. Now I'm a huge Vitalik fan. Big Vitalik fan. That boy's got a massive future. Oh, well, come on. $33 billion in the coin already. I think it's only just started for that boy. I think he's going to be a Bill Gates of the future. A real influential person in the tech world. So if you can't already call him that. So as long as Vitalik is on the project of Ethereum, I actually see good things for it. Now, Normie, one thing I'm actually going to do today is I'm actually releasing my Ethereum formula. So what we're going to... Oh, he's brilliant. Absolutely next level brilliant, Normie. Anyway, I'll release the Ethereum formula today, which actually has some calculations to predict some price points for Ethereum. So you're welcome to look out for that later on in the day on this channel. That will be... I'll pre-record that one just so I can make it nice and quick, like 5-minute video, so you can just get an idea of how I'm building the formula on Ethereum. So yeah, I had concerns with the rollback in the early stages of the code, but if the market's accepted that and the market's forgotten about it, I might as well too. So for me at 351, it could certainly retrace further. This is, we are seeing the market again start to slide back after a bit of a recovery. So it's just like down 0.24 in the last hour. I'm going to go have a look at the chart in a second and see if I can find some support levels for you to try and help you with that one. But at 351, I still see this as being, like my formula has this coin going way higher than that. So if you're looking long term, not as a day trader, yeah, I think it's always a good time to get in under $400 because you're going to make, I got to think it's going to go back at least to $400. So you're going to make, 10, 12% right there. Yeah, wanting to hold. Yeah, cool. Always hold. If you believe in the project, I mean, don't sell out when it's low. You set your sell orders, always set your sell orders higher than you've bought, and that way you can't lose. And in a market that fluctuates this much, you hit them all the time. So let me just have a look and see if I can find some support levels for you. I'm not a technical wizard. Maybe one of the guys from our investment team can have a quick look at the charts as well and try and shore up my opinion on this one just to help out Normie here. Just have a look. Ether. Okay, Ethereum. Here we go. I'm just going to have a quick look at charts. 4.2% down against the BTC trade on Bittrex at the moment. That's what I'm going to have a look for as support levels against BTC. That's how I trade. I'm always trying to accumulate more coins. So I'll just get that. Just have a quick look at the charts for you now. I'm not a technical wizard, but sure I can find some support levels if you're wanting to get in. Okay, yeah, big dip down there. Good, that's nice and easy. Significant retracement. You might look at, in terms of Satoshi price, this is just like really quick and really rough. I'm only looking at the charts over the last sort of 3 days or 4 days in half-hour blocks. I like to look at charts longer distance than that, but since I've been asked the question, I'm gonna pick some support levels for you. So if you look back a few days, you can find support around the 7409131 is where my mouse is hovering. And you'll see this, I'll just show you what I'm doing to find these support. Yep, Pete, 75, cool man, cool. I'm around the same, you know me, I like to set a little lower and get those jackpotties. But I said that, and the reason I said that, and I'll show you, this is how much I eyeball it. I'm just going to show you what I do on Ether. So you can see back here, sorry, I'm just getting my orientation because the screen's the wrong way from me. Back here, there's this dip where it got bought up. Okay. Now I just lined up my mouse with the bottom of that, and it gives me the Satoshi price over here. That's all I do on Bittrex. Quick line up, quick thing. AJS127, sub to channel, Nashville, Tennessee, US, having a little trouble understanding you. I've already been asked to slow down my speech and enunciate. So I am going to try and do that, and I'm sorry for the US viewers. By the way, I'm actually going to do a charity drive for the US fans to try and help with what's happened in Texas. I'm going to be doing 24 hours straight of live crypto chat. I'm looking at potentially even starting that this afternoon. So I'm going to run a race. I'm going to run a competition. I want to see which crypto community has the biggest heart. So I'm going to accept donations in any coin you want to donate in. And let's see which currency has the biggest heart to help the people who are desperately needed in Texas at the moment. Because 40 people last time I heard have lost their lives. And I've got to imagine that the damage is substantial. So, I'm tired, but they need the money now. So I can't let my personal need for sleep get in the way here. So I'm looking at pulling something together as soon as this afternoon. The reason I'm doing that is to take advantage of the fact that most people are on the internet on the Sundays. So hopefully I can I'm going to plug this one. I'm going to ask for shares and what else do we do? Likes and all. I don't know. You know me, I never beg for that stuff, but I'm going to on this time because it's worth it. I want to help the people in Texas. I got flooded myself last year. It was one of the hardest times of my life. I lost my rental income. The insurance company dragged their feet. Sorry, I'm talking really quick again. I'm going to try and slow down. But my accent is difficult to understand. I understand that and I am sorry for that. I don't do accents well, so I can't really try and speak in an American accent, and I might insult you by doing it anyway. So, look, maybe I'll give it a try just for fun. No, I won't at the moment, but I'll certainly try and slow down my speech and speak a little clearer for you, because I'm well understood that we don't exactly speak English in Australia, we speak Aussie. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, as Pete was saying, there's some good support around the 750 or whatever it is, 75000 mark if you're trading against Bitcoin. So maybe look to set your buy orders there. The 24-hour lows on that are at 343. So at 356, we're not significantly off lows, and we always try and buy off lows and sell at highs. So to round up the question, I see it as reasonable buying time at the moment, actually. Maybe just look for a little bit of a dip because it has spiked pretty hard after taking that last retracement right down and finding more support again around that 75,000 mark that Pete was mentioning. You can see it there. That last little returning bit of confidence. Yoink. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get into ICOs as well, it's a pretty good coin to invest in ICOs with. So, yeah, I don't mind it. Ethereum's good. I picked up big money on Lisk, Normie, if you're interested in the DApp coins. Sold obviously a lot of people into Neo, but in our little investment group, we were talking about Lisk at $2 and $2.60. So we've made really good gains there. That's another DApp coin worth keeping an eye on. It's experiencing retracements as well. there's going to be more than one coin in this race. I hope everyone accepts that. It's not going to be one winner. Coke and Pepsi, Pizza Hut and Domino's. You know, there's so many examples of where competition actually helps. Yeah, have a look on Bittrex tonight, man. That's it. You don't stress and run off and do it now. Just when you're ready. That's what this should be about. You work to live. You don't live to work. So, yeah, good call. When you get home, check it out. Hey, might even get a bigger retracement than what we're talking about now. Who knows? So, yeah, have a look at that. I'm going to run Father's Day. Yeah, actually, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And to my own dad. Love you, Dad. And I spoke to him this morning. So, Dad's a big supporter of mine, sports-wise. He came over, he was my support crew at the World Championship, was my dad. He came over and helped me over there. And he's always been a big supporter of my sport, golf and rugby, which I played as well. So, Dad, thank you for everything. Love you. I might leave it on that note today because that's a nice note to leave it. It's been fun catching up with you. I know we got a bit philosophical today and we didn't speak a whole lot about crypto today, and it's going to go that way sometimes. Sorry about that. But I'm going to check out, and I'd really like to thank you all for joining in. Agent Smith, I think you're over at our Discord group now. We'll catch up over there. Yeah, welcome. I come on at the same time every day normally, so 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Please join the conversation. I'm actually looking at doing that 24-hour stream from this afternoon. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to see if I can get my understanding of the technology together by the end of the day so that we can bring on some of our regulars for a live chat through Discord and things like that, because that'll be a lot of fun. I'll play some guitar, I'll write some live raps, I'll do whatever it takes to raise attention, awareness and some money for our brothers and sisters in Texas who desperately need it at the moment. So I hope you all get involved there. I would love just even a donation of one of any coin that you've got, even if it's a 5-cent market cap coin. Just let's get the wallets open. That's what my plan is. It all stays on the blockchain, so it's completely visible how much I'm raising. I'm going to ask Qantas to supply the tickets so that I can fly over to Texas myself and find the people who need it and cut out the middleman so that every single cent that you donate is going to the people who need it. That's not really a traditional structure for raising money. They do take a little bit of administration fees. So look, if Qantas don't decide that this is not in their budget, I know your share price, I know you've had a big run up recently, Qantas, so I'm putting some pressure on you. If you don't want to pay my ticket, I'll pay it myself. And I'll go over and take whatever we raise, provided it's a significant enough amount. If it's a couple of $100, great. I'll find somebody who I trust over there to actually go and spend that money. But if it's significant money that we raise, if it's in the thousands of dollars, and Qantas don't want to chip in for the ticket, which costs them nothing. And by the way, Qantas, you can easily promote that that's the largest commercial flight in the world, from Brisbane to Texas, I believe. For Dallas. I'll get to Texas, it's fine. I'll get to where I need to get to. Just get me there, Qantas. There you go, I'm shouting out to you. Sorry to put the pressure on, I actually quite like Qantas. But it's not a lot of money for you guys, and the people in Texas need our help. And I will make sure that every cent that's donated through this 24-hour drive, which is going to send me a little bit batty, but I'll make sure that every single last cent gets to the people who need it. That's my pledge, and it's all on the blockchain, so it's all visible. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I'm going to check out now and get working on hopefully getting up a really good live stream so I can go live sometime this afternoon. Stop by in TN if you are here, you demand. Stop by in Tennessee? Is that Tennessee? I think it is. Yeah, I'll do a bit of a tour. For sure. I'll go and see what happens. But I've got to concentrate on those people who need the help. Yeah, please, guys, I don't often ask for shares and likes and all that sort of thing. But when I do go live with this sort of thing, let's get some shares out there. Let's get the word out about what we're trying to do to help people in Texas. And to my own investment group, I know we have got coins and we have had a run up. I'm not asking for a lot. If you can donate 10 cents just to get the ball rolling, that's fine. I'll make a PIVX donation myself into a separate PIVX wallet that will get set up today to start the ball rolling for PIVX. And I know I'm already putting massive pressure on my teammates and my colleagues and my fellow community members at PIVX to follow suit. So I'm pretty sure the PIVX wallet is going to have the biggest donations in it, but I put the challenge out there to every other coin. I'll open your wallet you show us that you're more generous and you've got more care for the community than PIVX. That's my challenge to you, to anyone who's involved with any other coin. So, to Raphael, who I spoke to yesterday, mate, let's see how generous you can be at NoLimitCoin to these people in Texas, because I know that you've got Joe Theismann, who's very, very interested in helping out in Texas. So here's a way for him to help straight away. Let's get him on the show. There you go. Another challenge set. All right, I'm out. Thanks for the crypto chat, guys. Catch you all hopefully this afternoon with 24 hours of straight live streaming and crypto chat. I see myself frowning because I know what I'm about to put myself through. But I've very much enjoyed the conversation with you all, and I will catch up with you this afternoon for 24 hours, which takes us through till this time tomorrow anyway. So if you're just popping in for the hour tomorrow, we'll see you at the same time. 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you later.